The fishtail. Wrap the corresponding yarn around your fingers like this. Make loop around your mid finger. And pinch the crossover of the yarn with your thumb and middle finger. In round 1, start with 1 chain stitch, then work 6 crochets. Finally, end with 1 slip stitch. First, work 1 chain stitch. Then work 6 crochets. Mark the first stitch through the underneath of the V shape. Work 5 more single crochets in the same way. Pull the yarn tail tight to close the ring. Work 1 slip stitch to join this round. Remove the marker. Insert the hook into the first stitch. Yarn hook and pull up loop. Then pull the first loop through the wrenching loop on the hook. Round 1 is done. In round 2, start with 1 chain stitch. Then work 6 increases. Finally, end with 1 slip stitch. 1 chain stitch. Then work 6 increases. Namely, we work 2 single crochets in each stitch. Mark the first single crochet. Then work 1 more single crochet in the same stitch. That's 1 increase. Continue to work 5 more increases in the same way. Work 2 single crochets in each stitch. Six increases are done. Work 1 slip stitch in the first stitch. Round 2 is done. In round 3, start with 1 chain stitch. Then work set of 3 single crochets, 1 increase for 3 times. Finally, end with 1 slip stitch. 1 chain stitch. 3 single crochets. Mark the first stitch. Continue to work 2 more single crochets. One increase, which means working 2 single crochets in the same stitch. We work 3 single crochets and 1 increase as 1 set. Keep working 2 more sets. One slip stitch. Round 3 is done. In rounds 4 to 5, work 1 chain stitch, 15 single crochets and 1 slip stitch for each round. In round 4, 1 chain stitch first. Then work 15 single crochets. Place a marker in the first stitch. Continue to work 14 more single crochets in the same way. Finally, one snip stitch. Round 4 is done. The stitches for rounds 4 to 5 are the same. Please finish round 5 by yourself. Work 1 chain stitch, 15 single crochets, and 1 snip stitch in turn. Round 5 is done. Cut off excess end. In round 6, start with 1 chain stitch. Then work set off 3 single crochets, 1 decrease for 3 times. Finally, end with 1 snip stitch. 1 chain stitch. Work 3 single crochets. Mark the first stitch. Continue to work 2 more single crochets. Then work 1 decrease to combine 2 stitches into 1 stitch. We'll work through front loops of next 2 stitches. The one close to us is a front loop. Insert hook through front loops of next 2 stitches. Hook the yarn and pull through 2 front loops. Yarn hook. Put the yarn through the remaining 2 loops on hook. That's 1 decrease. Decrease is to combine 2 stitches into 1 stitch. There are 2 ways to make a decrease. Method 1. Insert hook through the front loops of 2 adjacent stitches. The loop close to us is a front loop. Hook the yarn and pull up loop through the 2 front loops on hook. Yarn around the hook and pull through both loops on the hook. That's a decrease. We work 3 single crochets and 1 decrease as 1 set. Keep working 2 more sets. Okay. 3 sets are done. 1 snip stitch. Tighten up. Round 6 is done. In round 7, start with 1 chain stitch, then work 12 single crochets. Finally, end with 1 slip stitch, 1 chain stitch. Then work 12 single crochets. Place a marker in the first stitch. Continue to finish the rest of some crochets in the same way. Twelve single crochets are done. 1 slip stitch. Remove the hook. Break yarn, leaving a long end for sewing. Pull the yarn tail out. Fold in half along the position of the snip stitches.